Hello and welcome. I am Nicole Arrington coming to you from Helena, Montana with Big Sky Cards. And today I have a card to show you. But where I got my inspiration was through the mini catalog and this designer series paper. But me being who I was, I didn't order it. And I'm really kind of sad because it's so bright and cheerful. So my thought today was taking the art gallery stamp set. I was going to see if I could recreate something similar to the designer series paper. So we'll go ahead and get started. The colors I've got are Melon Mambo, Rich Razzleberry, Daffodil Delight, and Garden Green. So I thought I could make my paper using the art gallery stamps. And I had a failing in the filming of the last one. So as you can see, I've got my just piece of basic white cardstock, and I've already got several of these stamped in Melon Mambo. I first stamped off on my scratch piece of paper, and then continued to stamp. The next color I'm going to pull out is Daffodil Delight. And again, I am going to stamp off because I will use the oh gosh, I don't even remember if I stamped off. I will come back and give it that next layer of color. Let's see, I want to cure and one right here. Okay, I'm happy with that thus far. The other thought, as you can see, there is, I got some little leaves and such, and so I thought I could maybe pull in the in blooms to kind of give me that extra layer of room. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh, excuse me. I forgot to take my hay fever tablet today. Yuck. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see, I've got these little bubbles, and I'm not sure why this occurs. I think it has to deal with the old ink bottles, re-inkers, and they used to bubble. Anyways, I also think my my ink pad is slightly dry, so I'm just going to put some on here to re-ink it. But the thing about re-inking on these new pads, the old linen ones, they just soaked right in, but you need something to smooth it in. And so let me grab a Kleenex. What really works really well, I've been told, is a spoon, but I don't want to use my kitchen spoons, and I haven't bought a used one yet. Okay, so you just take it and you rub it in. Like so, and then I'm just going to clean this up and give it a little rinse off. Okay, But you just want to rub that in really well. I might just take this and clean that stamp off. So I've got just what I think they were was little bubbles of like pure all right. Stampin' wonderful now. So as you can see, I do have some gaps here, and we will have to come up with something. But we'll get there. Oops. Oop, that was a double one. We just need one. We'll come in and go like that. So, I mean, that's looking quite nice. And then I'll clean this off. And I wanted to keep this bright and cheerful, so, you know, the colors are accordingly. They go together. Excuse me, I really should have taken a hay fever tablet this morning. Alright, so next up, before I come in and give some more texture and color, I've got this stamp, and I personally feel I have to come in with another color. And maybe what I'll come in with is a Flirty Flamingo. And I will stamp it I don't like it. But it might be okay. But we're going with it. And then after this, I'll pull out some of the stuff from the emblems. I'll grab some of the little flowers there and just kind of fill in with those. Let me just say, you know, there's a lot of white paper here. So we'll go ahead and close that up. I'll clean this off. And before I come in and give those another whack-a-mole, I want some more Fava room. But I think before I do that, I'm gonna bring in some leaves so that I fill up, because my leaves are going to be larger than anything else I've got from the In Bloom stuff. So the In Bloom will come in and fill, but you know, when you make your own when you're making your own paper, you go from largest to smallest. So ooh. And I have totally double stamped those. Squeeze that in. And we'll pretend like, oops, that flower needs that. So it's just kind of finding wide open spaces. I'm not giving it a solid stamp, that's why we're having issues. I'm trying to hurry along, and don't hurry. You don't hurry when you're making designer series paper. I'm sure the artist who created this paper did not hurry when she painted it. I mean, it was all hand painted. Alright, so you can see I'm feeling relatively satisfied with this. So I will go ahead and move on. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my magical centers to these. That's dirty, and stamp them up. Oh my goodness, what a mess I've got going on. All right, so, but these will be stamped full on. So I will go ahead and take this, line it up to give it that little extra. On each one of those. I mean, so this is just to show you how awesome this stamp set is. AKA, you can make your own designer series paper, and then you can do so many cool projects. Okay, so I mean that just makes it look so much cooler. All right, let me set that one aside. I'm coming with my my sponge. Clean this up. Really, I should have started with the yellow. There's just not enough room here on my when I'm filming. My desk's got, my Stampin' space has got plenty of space. But when I have to bring in the computer to get us there, it's hard. If you can see, I made a little boo-boo down there, but you know what? We just won't use that piece of paper. I will make sure that paper is covered if I have to use it. Like so. And then we're going to pull out that Melon Mambo. And give them all their wowing coloring. And then what I thought I would do with these, the Flirty Flamingo is I thought I would put Melon Mambo on top of it when I put that next layer of texture in, like I've done with all these other ones. Like that. And then it helps Flirty Flamingo not quite be such a sore thumb. Alright, so see, that kind of toned the Flirty Flamingo down. Now, I feel like we just need a little bit of colorings now in here. So, from the In Blooms, I am just going to grab those. I think I'm going to grab, actually, I don't know. We'll see. And for this larger one, I'm going to use crushed curry. So we've got just, ooh. There isn't a lot of space, but you know, I can find a little. And give it some more yellows. I mean, so you're just looking for some open spaces. I'm coming up with ideas. We're thinking on the fly here. And I think I might do some more Flirty Flamingo, just wherever I see a little space. There isn't a lot, but this just kind of fills in those gaps. Like over here, I didn't do a good job. Alright. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give each of those little flowers centers, so they aren't quite so in your face, or they've been toned down a little. And I'm bringing in another color, so I'm going to add Poppy Parade to I'm going to add Poppy Parade and Mango Melody. So I'm going to add Poppy Parade to Flirty Flamingo. So as you can see, I am literally doing this on the fly. I'm just going with it. And the card I want to make doesn't require a lot, so I just want bright, cheerful colors. So if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but that's okay. We tried. No harm, no foul. Oops. Okay, and then I'm going to pull out my last color, Mango Melody. Oops. My block's a little wet, a little damp. So, I mean, look at that. Isn't that just, you know, I think that's just a bright, cheerful, really cool shebang. Now, what am I going to do with all this? What was the purpose of this? Okay. I mean, besides making a card. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pieces of cardstock. I've got a piece of Melon Mambo. It is 4 1/4 by 7 1/2. Okay, I'm going to take this and I'm going to score it at 1 inch, 2 inches, and then 1 inch and 2 inches here. So 6 1/2, 5 1/2. Okay, then I have a piece of white cardstock. I'm going to make like what I guess they call them bridge cards or U cards. But my piece of basic white cardstock is 4 by 3 1/4. And then to tie it all in, I've got a piece of Melon Mambo that's 1 inch by 5 1/2 inches. And so that's gonna do our stuff. But to do that, I'm going to need my lovely paper. It's gonna do my decorating. And so I'm gonna cut this at 5 1/4. Where is 5 1/4? Phew! Excuse me. Phew! And then I need a 3 inch piece, or 3/4 to of an inch. Okay, so you only get a small portion. And then I need 2 3/4 pieces. So I've cut that at 1 1/2. And that's only because I want to cut this down at 3 3/4. Oops, I want the yellow. I want to include the yellow. So 3 3/4. And I'm going to cut that in half at 3/4. So I want 2 pieces. Oh, I cut that too short. I needed a size 4. Well, I'll find something else to do with those. I will try this again. Okay, I'm going to cut off part of those leaves. I'm not digging the leaves as much. That was, maybe I should have used Granny Apple because that's a bright color. Alright. Okay, so there's my, and so you, because you made the paper, you can kind of design accordingly. And then I'm going to cut this. Alright, so these 2 pieces will be 4 by 1 3/4. And if this was what you were doing with this, you could make a lot more cards. Okay, so before I put this away, I want to score this. So I want to score at 1 inch, 2 inches. See if I can get this in here so you can see. 2 inches. And then 5 1/2. And 6 1/2. I'm going to turn this around because I don't want to pull out my handle. So it'll be at 1 inch again. Alright, so let's have the magic begin. So I'm going to fold that first one all the way in, and the second one I'm going to fold back. To help, and this will give us that bridge or box portion of the card. And I'll do that with this and with this. Alright. Now what am I doing? What am I doing? Ha ha ha. Okay. I'm going to put this side up. That bottom portion is going to get hidden here, but I'm going to glue these on. So I'll go ahead and glue this beautiful designer series paper that we created. And then I will glue this one on. Like that. Now, on this piece of basic white, and I will attach this, but I'm not ready because guess what? I want some cool things here. So I'm going to pull out some of my stamps again. And on a piece of scrap, basic white, I am going to do some more stamping, like I have been. Alright, so I think I want my flowers in Melon Mambo, so I will pull out my scrap again, pull out my Melon Mambo, and I will do that ink off business. Oops. See, I didn't give it a nice... I'll turn that over so I can try again. Give it that, give it that. Let me tell you, this card was a bit of a doozy because my workstation is chaos. Now we'll give this full strength. And that full strength. And then I want garden green. And I'm going to do a couple stems. To go along with that. And then I've got this one, but it's going to go on the inside of my card. And I want double toning. So on my 4 by 3 1/4 piece of cardstock. Oh. Whatever. I'm going to take this and I'm going to use my green and I think I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo because then I will come in and alright, so I think I'll start with Flirty Flamingo because it's the lighter color. That way I don't ruin my marker. And I'm just going to color in my flowers. And if I get those stems that I want green, that's okay. And I'm even going to do the little berries. All in Flirty Flamingo. And then come in all these stems I'm going to do in garden green. That little bit here, here, and here. Okay. And because I had a moment, I'm just going to take that and huff onto it like you were steaming up a window. And I'll go ahead and stamp those like that. Alright. And they look very nice. I don't know what's happened to my other ink pad. I mean, that's the disaster of my work service here. I don't know what happened to it. Like Melon Mambo, don't know where it went. Okay, and then I can come in and just brighten that up. Probably also because I'm using the marker, I could use the same color, but who needs to when I've got that? Alright, so, I did 2 of those when I meant to do 1. Alright. You know. I'm going to do Daffodil. Put the Melon Mambo away. Daffodil. We got a mess going. Alright. My scratch paper's coming off. Stamp. And then I will stamp one of these. Ooh, that was not. That was not very bright. Alright, that's better. But I will have to take this, clean it. I know at this point I'm just like causing more chaos to my workstation. Alright, so I'm going to come in and give that a little bit more, and I think I'm going to do it a double whammy. Just give it really some extra room. Then I will go and cut these off, run these through my machine, my die machine, the cut and emboss machine. But as you can see, I've got all these beautiful little labels, or dies, that are just perfect for that. And the last thing all I have to do is stamp my sentiment there, which I'm going to want to do probably before I even leave here. And or not, because I don't know what I want. So I'll be right back while I cut these out. Alright, I am back. I've got my pieces die cutted. So here they are. They're all pretty. And then before I just finish assembling this card, I want to stamp from So Sentimental, Your Friendship is a Blessing. You know, just something so nice. Okay? Now I'm just pushing things aside. This card took way longer than anticipated. But having said that, you could see I only used a small bit of my designer series paper I made, so you could make a lot of cards from that designer series paper. And believe you me, it's going to come back in other videos, so, you know, just you wait and watch. Okay, so I am putting that card down like that. And then what I'm going to do is over here on this side, you can just hear my glue is empty. I think I'm going to, okay, I'm just going to grab my glue and give it a top up. Okay. That is nowhere near full, but hopefully that'll just let me finish this card for you guys. And you can see that is the glue I use. So I am just putting a little bit down here and down here on these pieces. Like that and like that. And then when you fold this card, it fits in a regular envelope. Oops. So I just like to fold, show you. And sometimes they don't come out quite even. That's just how the card makes. Okay? But, I mean, so that gives you that bridge or that U in the card. And then from here, where did my stuff go? I'm adding glue to this and to this. And I'm going to attach up here. So I'm just putting glue on the back on this half because it might be the only half that is on the card. Then I will attach again my stem to my flower, and I will go ahead and put that on here as well. But I can see that this is sticking up. So again, I will just only put on this side like that. And there you've got such beautiful cards. So if you watch this all the way through, bless you. If you skipped through my designer series paper, I totally understand, but this card I thought was totally worth it, and I've got tons of it left to make other projects with. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you would like any of the items I have demonstrated, please shop my online store with the link provided below, as well as I have provided a shopping list of everything I use to make this card. More inks than anything else. And if you would like, it would really help me if you gave me a thumbs up. And, you know, if you have any comments, please provide them. And if you've got really big questions, you can email me at bigskycardsnicole@gmail.com. While this card will not be on my website to buy as a card kit, you will be able to go to bigskycards.com to purchase card kits, where literally all you need to do is provide yourself a bottle of glue. So thank you so much for watching. Happy stamping, and goodbye.